Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Dr. Ruby Gill, and I'm honored to welcome you all on the behalf of lovely professional university. So, attendees, I know you might be wondering the reason of gathering virtually. So, let me tell you something about today's webinar. We are going to have an incredible session with our expert today, and he is going to tell us about how to exploit big data problems on social media. So allow me to introduce the expert of the day, Dr. Amritpal Singh, Assistant Professor, School of Computer Science and Engineering, lovely professional university. An intellectual personality with an experience of 8 years as an academician. His expertise strongly lies in big data analytics and big data tools, and with this, he mentored many successful students of the field. To his credit, he has guided extensive research and so far has many research publications in national and international journals of repute. So, sir, thank you so much for giving us your valuable time. Thank you so much for joining. With equal pleasure, I would like to welcome our admission expert, Ms. Rachna Bajaj, Senior Assistant, lovely professional university. So thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today. So with this, we'll begin our today's webinar. So over to you, sir, for the content of the day. And I welcome you all again to the webinar and looking forward for a great interactive session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this great introduction. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to deliver a session on this big data technology. So, let's start with this. So, today's agenda. First of all, I'll be talking about big data. What is big data? And followed by types and views of big data. Then, what are the tools to process and handle big data? And followed by big data pipeline. Then, I'll be introducing you to the world of loop. At last, we'll demonstrate on analyzing the data. Right. So, let's. The very first thing is, what is big data? So because big data is a buzzword these days, right? So it is everywhere now. We can say it's like a present. We talk about an industry, we talk about big data because the data which is we can say like big data is that data which is always increasing, which is increasing exponentially, right? And which can't be this graph as well, like the data has been increased exponentially from the last maybe 2 decades, right? Because of the evolution, right? Because of the evolution of media, of IoT sensors, because everything is data. You talk about Facebook, you talk about Twitter, you talk about other sensors, which are all data. So that's why big data is like these days. So that's why it's one of the buzzword these days. You just go to the Google trends and search about big data, Hadoop or Spark. You'll see a lot of trend over there as well, right? So it's all because of the fact that over the last 2 decades, right, the evolution of social media all happened, right? That's the reason that exponentially. So here I have one big abstract. You can see like in this fun fact, like in this been already been conveyed that the statistics shows that about 4,000 terabytes of data got ingested in the databases of a social media site like Facebook every day, because we all are quite active on our social media. So we used to keep about our daily routine and all, so that videos and messages right over there. So actually, so that is right over there. So amount of data got ingested, which is a very huge amount, right? That's the reason we are talking about big data processing and the tools. So we require some specialized tool to process that big data, right? Now, let's talk about data. As we already know that data is a useful data information, right? So what are different types of data available? We are having 3 different types of data. First is structured data, second structured data, third is semi-structured data. it has a predefined schema. Structured data meaning is the data it has like got all the proper like rows and columns. Like we talk about the Excel sheets or the spreadsheets, this all comes under the structured data. Then we got a data like we have a videos, images, all comes under. Then we which under the unstructured data. Data which exhibit both properties, right? Structured data as well as which is called as a semi-structured data, which includes JSON files or we have XML files, extensible markup language files. So here I have it graphically or like you can see on the left side we have shown that structured data in which everything is properly structured, right? You can see that all the squares over the columns, but in a semi little this structured data you can see we have the not little disturbance, right? Disturbance meaning the squares are not properly arranged, but the large mix of both in which we have not then structured data everything aligned, right? So everything is not called unstructured data. Structured that's example semi-structured data in which samples we got XML, then we data language mail or web page audio, video, images, natural language on document. So all in an unstructured got falls under the unstructured data. The reason of choosing this today's topic as social media because we all know that a lot of happening on social media, like we have a Apache Hadoop available or data with the help of some that in a while. Here I have so I'll be demonstrating moving further different views of big data. What are different characteristics? First we call it as V's meaning is like what we talk about what Apache Kafka, right? Moving further, then moving further, open source, like what to the big data processing and all. For processing, do make multiple parts. We have a splits, right? You can see it here. We have a manual splitting. We have to divide the data into smaller parts. All those smaller parts is going to a particular machine, and that machine is responsible to process that part and present the output. And at the end, we are also manually gathering the outputs. It means everything was happening manually. It means there was no automation available. So we wanted to introduce one tool who can do this for us, right? So how the things have been changed. So the Hadoop came as a game changer. So you can see here, like in the very left side, it has been shown that we have a big data available. Then behind the scenes, like in between, we got a mediator now. It's called MapReduce framework, who is responsible for splitting the data, okay, processing it of its own. You just code it in Java, then that thing will be doing it the things for you. It means in a previous approach we were doing it manually. Now we are doing it like automatically via MapReduce, and we get a final output in a while, right? Now, after like discussing all these things, like all the basic tools and all technologies, what is we have for today? Guys, for this, we're gonna just demonstrate one little thing here, that we'll be getting the data from social media, from a Twitter. Then we'll be gathering that tweets on some particular topic. I'll be using a cricket, some cricket hashtags. Afterwards, we'll be converting that semi-structured data, because we get a data in a JSON format, right? So we'll be converting that JSON format into a structured form using Apache Hive. Apache Hive is a tool which works under the Apache Hadoop ecosystem. So what we have for today? So the prerequisite of today's demo, what actually your machine should have, it should be having a Ubuntu operating system. Ubuntu is nothing but a Linux version, right? We have a multiple Linux version available like Ubuntu, we have Fedora, CentOS, Red Hat, and all, right? But I'm personally recommending Ubuntu, in which I'll be working with the 20.04 LTS version. LTS stands for long-term support. And then, if you have a 22 version, it's also fine, no worries, with the 8 GB RAM. Okay, it is recommended because big data tools like Hadoop, Hive take a lot of resources. So your laptop should be equipped with the 8 GB RAM so that your laptop doesn't get hang while performing this practical. Then we require Apache Hadoop, which is, as I've already told you, you can simply go to the Apache Hadoop website, download it. You not be charged anything over there for downloading. Then we have Apache Hive, again open source. Just go to the Apache Hive website and download the recent version. Then we require a Twitter developer account. Although we must be, some of you may be active on Twitter platform, but maybe some of you may not be aware about developer account. What is developer account actually? Because I want to fetch data from Twitter, right? For fetching data from Twitter, we require API keys. So those API keys I'll be getting from the Twitter developer account. I have to log into a Twitter's website with my Twitter developer account website with my regular Twitter credentials. We have to create an app over there. We have to answer some questions, and then Twitter will verify or review your application. And afterwards, you'll be getting the access to a API keys. At last, I've written Apache Flume. Why I have written it as optional? Because today I'll be using one jar file to get the data from the Twitter, but we can use alternatively Apache Flume as well. As I've already said in a Apache, this pipeline PPT or that slide, that in a pipeline we can ingest data with the help of Apache Flume. So it's also a data ingestion tool. I'll not be using it, but we can use it today as an alternative as well, right? So this is I have like presented these three logos because we're going to use these three logos today. This Twitter logo for Twitter developer account, it is symbolizing Hive because we're going to analyze the data with the Apache Hive. Then we have this Java. Java is written for the jar file. Actually, Java symbol is denoting jar file because Hadoop works on jars. Jar stand for Java archive, right? That's why we have put up these three logos here. And this is a snapshot of my developer's account, right? I have I made my one account on Twitter developer portal, and from there I got access. You can see it here: API key and secret, this access token and all, right? So we get the access to this developer portal, and you have to log into this developer portal using your regular Twitter credentials. If you don't have a Twitter's account, you have to first create an account on Twitter using the same credentials. You have to log into a Twitter developer account. Over there, you have to create an app, answer some questions because Twitter is now very much strict in giving a data. You have to answer some of the question like why you require the data, for what purpose you'll be using this data, and all. So they question you a lot. So you have to answer it properly, and then your application will be reviewed. Afterwards, you get an access. All right. So this is that that developer portal interface. So today's topic for demonstration is analyzing Twitter feeds using Hive. So why I have selected this topic? Because when we get the data from Twitter, okay, it is in a JSON format, right? And querying that JSON format is very hard. I have to first convert that unstructured data into a structured data. That's why we are using Apache Hive, because Apache Hive works with the HQL, Hive Query Language, which is very much similar to the structured query language, SQL. That's the reason I've chosen this. So what are the two steps we're going to do today? First, we require a Java application to hit the Twitter API and download the tweets for analysis in JSON. I already have said that JSON is a semi-structured data, and the data which we are getting from Twitter, it's a semi-structured. It's not a structured. It's in JSON format, right? Key value pairs. Then we require Apache Hive for analysis. So we have two steps. First, we get the data from the Twitter. After we get the data from a Twitter, we have to load this into a Apache Hive, right? Then we have to apply some SQL queries to analyze the data. So these are today's topic. Now I have like explained it here step by step. First of all, what we're going to do in our demonstration, we have to download the Twitter data by running a jar file. As I've already stated, today I'm going to use a jar file, but we do have an option of using Apache Flume, using Twitter as a source. Actually, Apache Flume is a data ingestion tool, and over there we can use Twitter as a source, and then we can get the data from Apache Flume. Afterwards, we have to copy that twitter.json file, whatever data we are getting from the Twitter, we are storing it in a JSON file, right? And then that data we have to send from local file system to HDFS. What is HDFS? I've already have conveyed during my this presentation. HDFS stand for Hadoop Distributed File System, because Hadoop got its own storage in the form of HDFS, and Hadoop or Hive can actually will be working on the data if and only if we send the data from the local system, means from my laptop file system to the Hadoop distributed file system. It means if you have a Hadoop configured in your laptop, you'll be having two file systems running concurrently. One is your local file system that you use on daily basis, one your HDFS, right? So we have to move this, we have to copy this file, whatever we'll be getting from whatever the data I'm getting from Twitter, I have to store in a JSON file, and that JSON file I have to copy to HDFS. Afterwards, I have to analyze the Twitter data. So what we're going to do in this case, we have to add the jar. I'll be showing you that step also. We have to add the jar file. Then we have to create a Hive table, because Hive works on a HQL, Hive query language, which also works on tables. We have to create a one Hive table, and then using a custom SERDE. SERDE stands for serialize and deserialize. What that means? Actually, in a Java, serialization meaning is converting the Java object into a byte of string, and deserialize meaning is opposite, converting that byte of string into a Java object. But in a Hive language, it means is like if you want to work with the data other than regular textual data, you have to access that data using a custom SERDE. Hive has provided us multiple SERDEs for JSON data, for other format, Avro format, for Parquet format. For my JSON, I'm having one SERDE available. I'll be showing you in a Google Meet that thing. Afterwards, we have to query the tweets data. So these are the steps for this demonstration: downloading, copying, adding jar, creating a Hive table, then querying the tweets data. All right. So now I'll be requesting Rupan to just to share that link of the Google Meet to the participants, so that we can continue on the Google Meet, right? That demonstration. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for an impactful presentation and more to come. You have bonded us with your visionary thoughts. And sir, yes, you can sir share the link of Google Meet in the chat section so that students could be directed towards that. And in the meantime, we have our expert, admission expert, Ms. Rachna Bajaj with us. So ma'am, over to you for the admission part of the university. And in the meantime, students will go and join Google Meet link. So sir, kindly put up the link over there. So over to you, ma'am. I'll quickly share you.
It would be great if I could get the screen sharing rights.
Yes, ma'am. Give me a moment. Okay, over to you, ma'am.
Okay, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay, thank you so much. So good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing fine and safe at your home. So I'll be just quickly sharing that how you can fetch all the details related to admissions and what are the criteria for admission, the fees and scholarship which is being offered at LPU. So for this, you have to just simply visit our website www.lpu.in. And on the top, you will see an icon of admissions where we have segregated all the programs, like after 10th programs, after 12th programs, we have after graduation programs and after post-graduation programs as well. So let's say if you are interested in after 12th, the bachelor's program. So once you click on this icon, all the programs which are available at LPU, all the disciplines which are available at LPU will be right in front of you, be it related to engineering, management, design, commerce, etc. So let's say students are you are interested in CSE program. I'll click on CSE and all the programs related to CSE, be it related to industry collaborative or work integrated or honors industry collaborative program, will be right in front of you. So let's say you are interested in the general BTech CSE program. I'll click on it and all the details like the duration, that it is a 4 years program with total 8 semesters, the eligibility, which clearly states that the students should have minimum 60% in 12th with physics, maths, and English as compulsory subject, and the student also needs to qualify LPU NEST or JEE main. In case if you have 90% or above in your 12th, or you have scored 85 percentile in JEE, accordingly you can share the result card with us so that we can verify your eligibility criteria on that basis as well. Moving ahead, you can see we have highlighted the placements, the research work for CSE, the student achievements, the curriculum for next 4 years. And down here we have listed the fees and scholarship, which I suppose is one of the most important aspect, the monetary aspect. So although the without scholarship fees for this program goes 1,20,000 per semester, but we have different categories on the basis of which you can avail scholarship. So let's say if you score between 85 to 90 percentile in JEE main, or if you have 80 to 89.9 percentage in your 12th, you can directly fall in category 3, that is of 10%, and your fees will be reduced to 1,08,000 per semester. If you have scored better, if you have scored between 90 to 95 percentile in your JEE or 90 to 94.9 percentage in your 12th, you will be upgraded to category 2 scholarship, that is of 20%, and your fees will be reduced to 96,000 per semester. If you score 95 percentile above or 95% or above in your 12th, in that case category 1 scholarship will be applicable, that is of 30%, and your fees will be reduced to 84,000 per semester. Let's say if you couldn't score well in any of these categories, you have LP NEST exam as well, because this test is not only for eligibility purposes, but it will also help you avail better scholarships. So as you can see, the exam will be for 400 marks, and this is the tentative cutoff we have mentioned to fall in category 1, 2, or 3 scholarship accordingly. Once you scroll down, you can see some other scholarships which we are offering. And apart from this, the important dates which you should definitely follow, as the last date of admission, although is 30th September, but it is subject to availability of seats, as the classes for these programs have already commenced. So hurry up, apply for admissions in your desired program. And in case if you have any queries related to admission criteria or fees or scholarship, feel free to get in touch with us. We have listed our helpline details on the right side of the screen. The live video counseling icon is there for you. Schedule a call icon is there. Our WhatsApp team is available for you. And down here we have listed our helpline numbers as well. So over to you, Dr. Ruby. I hope I have shared all the basic details with the students, which can be helpful for them to apply for admissions at LPU. Thank you so much.
Of course, ma'am. Thank you so much for the detailed information. And attendees, there is a link shared with you, Google Meets link. So I request you to join that link. The link is in the chat box. That is https meetgoogle.com dcy-vefn-pgx. So I request everyone to join the Google link, Google Meet link for the further inputs by the sir. Okay, sir. So I'll wrap the session from here and we'll meet at Google Meet then. Amritpal, sir? Can you hear me? Sir, I'll wrap the session from here and we'll meet on Google Meet now. And attendees, please, I'll route you towards the Google Meet. Kindly go there and join us.
Sure, ma'am.
All right. Bharat, it's already shared in the chat box. If you go towards the chat box, you can see the Google Meet link has been shared, which is https://meet.google.com/dcy-vefn-pgx. Just go towards the chat box. You'll see the link and click on that and you'll be directed towards the Google Meet. I hope you are now able to find it. Bharat, I'm unmuting you. You can unmute yourself, and if there is any kind of query, you can tell us. I have unmuted you, Bharat. You
Actually,
can
I'm not.
unmute your.
Yes,
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
you.
Mhm.
I didn't find that link, ma'am. Yeah.
There's a chat box over there. Can you see the chat box?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Just go on the Google Meet link, then
Okay.
open the
Yeah.
join meeting. Go to Google Meet. Then click on join. Click on join meeting.
Okay, ma'am.
Click on join the meeting link, and then put up this link over there at this DCY hyphen VEFN hyphen PGX.
DCY-VE.
DCY hyphen VEF, V for van, VEFN hyphen PGX.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Are you able to join it?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay.